Yesterday, I posted on Facebook in the midst of all of this Kendra Scott stuff, and I said, "This is the state of a majority of women today. These are the women raising your boys and girls. A lot of women's minds are so reprobate. All day, I've watched women call young black girls fast, whores, bitches, sluts. She wanted it. She probably loves older men anyway." She's for the streets. It's how she dresses, mannerisms, makeup, hair, nails, lashes, etc. And the list goes on and on. These are the same women that were tasked from their own Bible to teach the young women. These women aren't interested in teaching shit. They'd rather be the judge, jury, and executioner of this 13-year-old's character, lifestyle, and choices. Instead of us all coming together to see how we can help her or other young girls that clearly need help and guidance, they've chosen to completely shun her. I told y'all a while back, people only do business with people they know, like, and trust. The same principle applies here. These younger girls may be misguided, but they're tenacious, and when they tap in, they're unstoppable. So they'll get it with or without the help of the elder women. They don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you. I don't blame them. Y'all are insufferable. Now, the reason that I had made that post is because I am in that raggedy ass mama drama group on Facebook, and this Crystal August Babies Virgo person had come out with, the typical vitriol that we saw a lot of black women spewing about Kendra Scott's daughter since this pew-pewing has occurred. And I commented to her, I said, "You do know she's a child, right? She's not your peer. She didn't steal your man. She's not going to take your baby boy from you." To which she replies back to me, "I don't know. She likes him older. No telling what she'll do." I tell her, sick mindset, because it is indeed. This is what I'm getting at with this post today. So this person says you can't teach what you don't know. To which I responded, you take assessment of life around you, experiences, and where you want to go. From there, you soak up all the learning you need to shape a better inner and outer world for yourself and your children. But then as I got to reading over the comments and other slurs and name calling through all of the content that I've been putting out about Kendra, you have to first want to be a mother. And that's something that I'm noticing throughout a lot of these comments. I don't think a lot of these women, black women, wanted to be mothers. You have some women that they just want to be mothers. They've always wanted to be a mother. They've known they wanted to be a mother since they were, for however long they can remember. You have some women that were reluctant to become mothers. They did it anyway. They don't really like it, but there's nothing they can do about it now. There are some women knew they did not want to be mothers, but that man wanted her to have a baby, so she reluctantly did it. She hates motherhood. Then you have the other women that became mothers through force, rape, things like that. I find that the women that truly want to be mothers, they will throw their all into making sure that their child is good. They will tap into every resource that they can. They just make a way. And I had to realize that looking at all of those comments from the black women talking about that 13-year-old little girl, it's evident that past the infant stage, maybe even toddler stage, that's really all a lot of these women could stomach, because during that age range, the child is heavily dependent on you. They can't talk back. They are not as mobile. And you have complete control. And as that child starts growing into, past toddler aged child, preteen, teen, and so on, they feel the control lessening, but they want to grip it. So it's like, instead of remaining steadfast, remaining locked in into being a mother and understanding that your child is going to hit so many different milestones, you have to be solid. You know your child is going to go through a bunch of changes because that's a part of growth and development. If you truly wanted to be a parent, you truly wanted to be a mother or a father, you knew my child is going to be growing. There are going to be different things we're going to encounter, but I am going to remain steadfast. I am going to be the constant. I am going to make space for this child to grow, make mistakes. We fix it. I guide them. But through that commentary yesterday, I saw where so many women just, because of the intention, I feel like, and being misguided themselves and uneducated themselves on what it takes to parent, it's easier to just say, fuck it, you're fast. It's easier to do that. It's easier to say you're fast than it is to say, I may have gone wrong somewhere. Let me fix this. Let me get my child some help. Let me get my child some intervention. Let me get my child some resources. Because it would reflect back on you. I told another girl yesterday, because she got in my comment section saying that she knows what it's like because she was fast. And I said, you weren't fast. You were violated, but you're not fast. And I said, and the fact that you're coming on here to call this woman's daughter fast, who you don't know what she's gone through. I said, you're perpetuating harmful language about young Black girls. You're keeping the cycle going, and I implore you to go explore why you still feel the need to use such language about yourself. Saying a girl is fast is such a lazy, uneducated, idiotic statement, and it just lets me know you like surface level parenting. You don't want to get in there and really and truly be a life guide for your child. Because if your intentions were never pure from the jump, if you were having a baby just to have that nigga's baby, just to keep that nigga, just to have a baby because all your friends were doing it. Let me just see if I can get it. If your intentions were fucked up from the start, your parenting, too, will be fucked up from the start. That is not to say even the best parents mess up, but they always recover, and they're curious. They're curious to know, what can I do better? How can I move us forward? Anything. They're interested because they know that little person is going to go from being a little person to a big person. And everything that you put into them while they are under your influence and while they are under your care, that is what they're going to put out into the world. And that is what I am trying to tell Black women. Y'all keep perpetuating this fast term, and you see it's still going. Not one time has anybody said, you know what? Why am I calling a child fast? Why am I not curious and investigating why I feel that way about a child? Because it happened to your ass and nobody was there for you. Nobody said, you know what, we're going to get to the bottom of this. Instead, you had to eat that shit and watch as that said family member, that neighbor, or that whoever got to go on with their fucking life. And you had to sit there and tell yourself that you were fast. Cope harder.